Hey friends, welcome back to this channel, and this is the part 5 of the hormone system or the endocrine system. We are discussing about the basic properties of hormones. We have already discussed the crine system, we have discussed the autocrine and paracrine system, the priming effect, down regulation and desensitization, and also in our previous video we have discussed about the pre-hormones and pro-hormones, and we discussed about the common aspects of neural and endocrine regulation. In today's video we'll discuss about the hormone interaction. So as you can see, there are three different types of interaction. One is synergistic, another one is permissive, another one is antagonistic. So these three things are very interesting to learn, and again we'll go for a freestyle for this analysis or for this study. So let's see what are they. So let's first just say that we are discussing about the hormone interaction, and the hormone interaction can actually be divided into three types. One is the synergistic, another one is the permissive, and the third one is antagonistic. Antagonistic. So we'll first discuss about the antagonistic effect, because this is I think this is the most simple example. So antagonistic means, let's say we have hormone 1 and we have hormone 2, and let's say we are having any effect. Let's say this is the effect. So hormone 1 will have a positive effect. Let's say this is actually not effect, say what can I say, let's just say blood glucose level, for simplicity. So hormone 1 will increase this blood glucose level, and hormone 2 will decrease the blood glucose level. So this is the simple antagonistic example. For we know that which hormone can increase the blood glucose level. We all know glucagon. Let me not confuse you with the colors. So this is the glucagon can increase the blood glucose level. Glucagon is secreted when the blood glucose level is low, so that it can increase the blood glucose level. On the other hand, insulin is secreted when there is high blood sugar level or high blood glucose level, and this insulin can decrease the blood glucose level. So that is the antagonistic effect. There is one effect, that means that is the level of blood glucose. This is one this is one criteria where both the hormones are working, and both are working in a two different way. So that is the antagonistic effect. The next effect we'll discuss about is permissive effect. So this antagonistic effect, I think all clear. Now let's deep dive into the permissive effect. So let's take another color. So this is the permissive effect. Now so let's say again we have one hormone and we have hormone 2, H2. Now, and let's say there is an effect on some organ, and hormone 1 is having some effect on that organ, and when hormone 2 is there, the effectiveness of the organ towards this hormone A is increased. Hope you got that. Let's say we have let's take an example of that. We already discussed about the pre-hormone and pro-hormone theory. So whenever vitamin D3 is present in pre-hormone, so that means this is now inactive, right? This is now in inactive form, and that vitamin D3 should get modified. And they get modified by what? They get modified by different enzymes which are present in kidney, liver, they secrete some enzymes. There are some enzymes. These enzymes are secreted. Let's just, this kidney and liver, they secrete some enzymes. And these enzymes come and they help this vitamin D3 to modify. Okay, and what is the modification? Actually, there are addition of 2 hydroxyl group. Okay, so there are addition of 2 hydroxyl groups, addition of 2 OH groups, so that this vitamin D3 pre-hormone can become now 125 dihydroxy vitamin D3 hormone. Okay, so that is the thing, that is the our permissive effect. Okay, so there are some vitamin D3 now are present in inactive form, that is pre-hormone stage. Now there are some enzymes are coming from kidneys and liver which help in the addition of 2 hydroxyl group, and now it become 125 dihydroxy vitamin, which is the active form. Okay, now what happen is this particular hormone can increase the blood calcium level. So this increase the blood calcium level. And there is another hormone that is called parathyroid hormone or PTH, we can say parathyroid hormone, which has a permissive effect on the action of vitamin D3 because it can stimulate the production of hydroxylating enzyme from kidney and liver. Okay, so that is the permissive effect, that is here it is having a permissive effect. So what I mentioned previously, that let's say hormone 1 is having some effect on that organ, and when hormone 2 is present, the responsiveness, we can say the responsiveness of target cell towards H1 is increased. That is called permissive effect. Okay, so there was one vitamin D3 that was present in the pre-hormone state, and they gets modified and they gets modified and activated, and they increase the blood calcium level. So that is the effect of this vitamin D3. When these parathyroid hormones are present, what they does is they do not there is no direct effect on vitamin D3 action, but indirectly they are affecting. Means they are stimulating or they are activating those enzymes or production of those enzymes from kidneys and liver, which are ultimately helping to convert this vitamin D3 into 125 dihydroxy vitamin D3. So there are some hydroxylating enzymes, right? And these hydroxylating enzymes are activated by what? By this parathyroid hormone. So that is the permissive effect. Okay, hope this is clear to you all. Okay, next we are discussing about the synergistic effect. I think this is the most I'm so sorry, what happened to this? Let's just okay, so that is the synergistic effect. We'll discuss now. Okay, so synergistic effect is when we are discussing about synergistic effect. EFFECT. Okay, synergistic effect is when, let's say we have hormone 1, let's say we have hormone 2. Hormone 1 was having some effect. Let's say this is the effect, this is one effect, and hormone 2 was having, what is the spelling of effect I have written, oh my god, effect. Okay, so this hormone 1 is having some effect and hormone 2 is having the similar effect when they are acting individually. But when both this hormone 1 and hormone 2 is acting, the effect is more. The effect is more. That is the synergistic effect. That is the synergistic effect. Let's say we take an example of that, but before that we should also mention that this synergistic effect, we can group this synergistic effect into two parts. One is the additive effect, and the second one is the complementary effect. Okay, so what is this additive effect? Let's have an example of epinephrine and norepinephrine. Okay, so what is the normal function of epinephrine? Okay, so what is the normal function of epinephrine? They increase the cardiac rate. Okay, they increase the cardiac rate. What is the normal function of this norepinephrine? They also increase the cardiac rate. Okay, when they are acting individually, both of them, they increase the cardiac rate. But what happens when epinephrine and norepinephrine both are present? The cardiac rate will increase more. Okay, there is a huge increase in cardiac rate, which is more than this individual. Let's say we say this is CR1 and we say this is CR2 and we say this is CR3, then CR3 is greater than CR1 plus CR2. Hope now you get that. Okay, so there is an even more increase when epinephrine and norepinephrine both are present rather than their individual effect on cardiac rates. Okay, so that is one effect, that is called the additive effect. And what about the complementary effect? Complementary effect is, see, we'll discuss it with an example. Complementary effect, we are discussing about the complementary synergistic effect. Complementary synergistic effect, we'll discuss it with an simple example, and that example is of mammary gland. So during the after pregnancy, when there is a lactation phase, there is milk secretion, but before that there shouldn't be milk secretion. So when the two stages are there for a mom, there are two stages. One is pregnancy, another one is lactation. I'm sorry for my repeated spelling mistakes. Lactation. So in case of pregnancy, there is no milk secretion. There is no milk secretion. No milk secretion. Only breast development. Okay, but here there is milk secretion. Okay, how much regulation is playing over here? And that regulation is nothing but this complementary synergistic effect of different hormones. Okay, let's see how. Now this phase where the mammary gland will develop plus produce milk plus they will secrete milk. Okay, all these functions, they are not done by one particular hormone. We require synergistic actions of many hormones, and the names of those hormones are, say, estrogen, we have cortisol, we have prolactin, and we have oxytocin. Okay, these all are acting in a complementary fashion so that this regulation is maintained. The mammary glands are fully developed. They can produce milk, and they can secrete milk only when lactation phase is there. So there is a huge and complex amount of regulation going on over here, and that is possible due to this complementary synergistic effect of hormone functions. Okay, hope you got that. These three things are very important and very interesting. I'm so sorry for my bad handwriting, but I hope you got everything right. So thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll discuss about the different chemical classification of hormones. Okay, thank you. If you find this content helpful, please make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe. Follow for more. See you in the next video. Bye.